Come and sit down. You're so cute. Hello everybody, I hope that you are keeping as well as possible. Welcome back to this week's Ask A Spoonie. I'm Nancy, and this is my puppy Albie. He's so little and fluffy and cute. Albie, say hello. I'm Albie. Nice to meet you. Ooh. No, you're not feeling it, are you? Come then, go inside. I haven't filmed a video on here in a really long time, and if I'm honest, there's a number of factors as to why that has happened. Firstly, I don't really like speaking to a camera. I find it really intimidating. I find it really quite scary. Secondly, I don't know, I just worry that what I'm saying is wrong, and even though Denise, God love her, many times has told me that Ask A Spoonie and Chronic Connection isn't so much about telling people what to do or having all of the facts and all of the answers, it's more about just helping and supporting others. So today I thought that I could potentially discuss achievements in chronic illness and disability, and more so the feelings that match those achievements. Now, I know that not everybody feels this way. A lot of people can feel incredibly positive about the smallest achievement, but there might be people like me who are a little bit more harder on themselves that think, I don't know if that's worthy of my own praise. Or obviously when I became chronically ill and disabled, my achievements were definitely not on par to those around me. My achievements for the day were things such as being able to get dressed, being able to get down the stairs, being able to get out once a month and then once every 2 weeks. So in my mind, I'm still always trying to catch up to everybody else my age who is healthy, which is just completely unfair because obviously they're in healthy bodies and I'm in a body that's chronically ill. A lot of the time, due to chronic illness and disability, and perhaps being incredibly aware that we're not always living up to expectations of healthy people, we kind of disregard our achievements. It's very easy to do it. A lot of the time we think, well, you know, I know people around me that are getting promotions at work, and yet today I've struggled to put my clothes on myself. Or I know people that are able to run around a park and I still have to be kind of bathed by my mum. All things like that always make me disregard achievements of my own, because in my mind I never feel like I'm living up to the expectations of a 23-year-old. And I know that that's quite critical and it's quite sad to feel that way, but a lot of the time I can't help it. It's just how I feel currently. I'm working really hard to change my mindset upon who I am as a 23-year-old disabled and chronically ill woman compared to regular 23-year-olds who are healthy and able-bodied and things like that. When your schedule is particularly, I don't want to use the word empty, but I'll use the word sparse, you kind of put a lot of pressure on yourself to really feel happy about the things that you're going to do. So whether that's a trip to the shops or a trip to the cinema or a day out, or, you know, getting on a plane and going on a holiday, anything like that, there is so much pressure on your shoulders to really savour and enjoy the moment and to feel good about it. But in reality, if you're living with a lot of pain, with fleeting symptoms, with a situation that is very unnerving because it changes like the wind, you're going to feel anxiety, you're going to feel scared, you're going to feel worry, and it's okay to feel that way. I think that when it comes to disregarding what we've done, you've just got to let the feelings come, because they're going to come anyway. And if they're bad feelings, well then they really can change in hindsight. Just because you don't feel good about an achievement on the day doesn't mean that you won't feel really good about that achievement 1 month from now, or 2 months from now, or even a year from now. There's been so many things in the past where I kind of disregarded my achievement and I thought, well, it's not even worthy of celebrating. And then a year later I thought to myself, do you know what? I did really well to do that. I can't believe I did that. I feel really proud of myself. So obviously, feelings do change, but facts never change. If you've achieved something, it's a fact. It's not a feeling. It is a true fact. You've done it. You might have taken a picture to prove it, but you know that you were there, that you achieved something. Just because you feel particularly sad about it or particularly happy about it, It doesn't take away the fact that you have achieved something. And I think that that is really vital to remember in situations like this. So I was having a discussion recently with a doctor, and I was telling them all about this achievement that I had done, and I knew that it was a good achievement. I knew that I'd never achieved it before, but I also knew that inside I didn't feel good about it, and that was what was playing on my mind. I kept thinking, I really want to feel good about this achievement. You know, I've done this, I've never done this in my life, and yet I still feel so blasé about it. I didn't feel good, I didn't feel excited. It was on my mind for a good week or so, if not longer, and I had a discussion with a doctor about it, and they told me to draw up weighing scales so that I could see the pros and the cons of this day in particular. And I thought, okay, I'll try it, see how it goes. Basically, they made me draw weighing scales like this, and on this side I listed the facts, and on this side I listed the feelings of what I felt. Facts are obviously very concrete, they can't change. A fact is a fact, whereas feelings are fleeting and they can change like the wind. Basically, they wanted me to write it on paper so that I could see the difference in the facts of the day and my feelings on the day. Because regardless of whether I felt good or bad or sad or happy or angry or frustrated or elated, the facts still remained the same. Once the doctor actually explained that to me, it made me feel completely different about the situation, and in fact, it changed a lot of the feelings I had and really turned them into a more positive. Until I spoke with that doctor, who made me completely see my achievements from a different point of view. Never really would have thought to have put it on paper and to actually visibly see it for myself, to see the facts, to see the feelings, and then to kind of tell myself that feelings are very fleeting and that maybe a month from now I will feel completely different. I will feel much better about my achievement. And it's kind of like that hindsight thing, you know, in hindsight we can see that we've achieved something pretty amazing, or we can be really proud of ourselves and really elated. And so feelings, you know, they can always change. You can always feel better about something, you can always feel worse about something, but facts always remain the same. The fact was that regardless of how I felt that day, I still got out and achieved it. Since this weighing scale technique has been explained to me, I kind of try to use it as much as I can within my achievements. So I either physically draw it, or I open the notes on my phone and I write it in there. And I just try to weigh up the situation, because when you allow yourself to weigh up the situation, you can actually see more of what you have done that's a positive, rather than perhaps the clouding of the negative that might flood your mind or flood your thoughts. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video today. I hope that I've actually made sense. And if I haven't, then please get in touch with me via email or Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, and I'll be happy to help you through with it. Thank you to Denise from My Chronic Connection for allowing me to make this video today. And thank you to Denise in regardless, because she always gives me the confidence to kind of go forth in life and to change the way that I think about things and how I feel about things. And she's just an amazing friend. Actually, she's more like my second mum. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this. I hope that you have a good summer. Lots of love.